What's going on, guys? Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness with some recent rumors surrounding the film here, with the X-Men from the Fox universe actually appearing in this film. So without a further ado, let's just jump right on into it. Now, I had previously actually made a whole separate video kind of just touching some basic facts about what we know as of right now with these different rumors going on for this overall film here, and having the X-Men from the Fox universe coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course, also being betrayed by the same exact actors and actresses as well, I think is another thing that would make a lot of sense and be really, really cool. And it seems like they are kind of pointing in that direction for, as of right now, for what we do know. So definitely go check out that video as well. It just kind of touches some basic facts and I guess just like the basic overview as of right now for what we know with these different rumors. But there's many different sources as of right now that are actually kind of touching base on these rumors. My one for this video, my specific source for this video here, is of course being the direct MCU, of course, as I do with most of my videos. Now, talking about something that we do know that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is coming to terms with, and that Phase 4 is really starting to do here, it's something that we're really starting to see in upcoming Marvel projects, whether it's shows and films. We've already seen it a little bit here and there, and now it's something that is going to unfold into something even greater. It's something that we saw a little bit in the WandaVision show, touching base a little here and there, something we got a little more deeper into in the Loki show, of course, that kind of got a little more nittier and grittier there, touch base and dove a little more deeper into what the multiverse is exactly and what exactly is going on with all that. And now the next project that we already have confirmed here that will be dealing with the multiverse, of course, is Spider-Man No Way Home, with that trailer, of course, now just coming out. Guys, it is one of the most anticipated and hyped movies for 2021, guys. And of course, we have a reaction and a breakdown video here on the channel as well, so make sure you guys go check that video out as well. So, seeing that the whole multiverse can really bring in a number of different things, something that I definitely think is going to bring into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and begin to really set up, especially now seeing that the Fantastic Four movie is going to start to move into early production here and early development as well, of course, is going to be mutants. And what is the X-Men exactly? Mutants. So with that, I definitely think we will be seeing the X-Men here definitely be appearing here in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and if not in the Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, then it's not exactly really known then when we're gonna go full-fledged, you know, X-Men and all of that. Like when they have solo movies will definitely probably take place after Doctor Strange 2. We'll get maybe some different announcements for those there as well. But something furthermore I think that might really help these X-Men movies really work out, as if they don't already, of course, would be a few key characters, of course, being Wolverine, maybe Magneto, Xavier, of course, those different characters I think we could definitely really see in Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. But other more in-depth, detailed, different types of characters that we might not completely all know would be kind of touched base and kind of talked about in other movies, in their own solo movies at that. So with that, if these rumors aren't completely true, if these rumors are kind of not exactly fake, but just kind of not correct, and they don't appear in Doctor Strange 2 the Multiverse of Madness, I definitely think they'll have their own solo film, and if not a solo film, then a solo show that we would see on Disney+. And of course, a couple years ago, do remember that Fox actually purchased, or not Fox, but Disney actually purchased Fox, so that way they have the rights to X-Men, so they can definitely bring the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe at any point in time that they do want. So those are the two options for as of right now where I think we could most likely see the X-Men really kind of come together here and start to be a thing and start developing here. Would of course be for one, having number one Wolverine, Xavier, and Magneto. I think we'd definitely see those three main key types of characters, and if they aren't to appear in Doctor Strange 2, if they aren't to appear in their own solo film, then I definitely have to say they would appear in Deadpool 3 out of all things. I mean, I feel like that's just the most blatant and obvious option at that point, especially seeing for what we saw in the first two Deadpool movies, Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. Of course, they dealt heavily with the X-Men in Deadpool 2, I feel like, if I do remember correctly. So it would make the most sense to have these characters really come together and start appearing out of the Deadpool 3 movies. Now, furthermore, that does propose a question here. If Deadpool Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2 kind of feature some X-Men in those films, then aren't they already technically a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And that is just something we don't really know as of right now. Now, what we do know is that it doesn't seem like, Disney or Marvel really wants to quote-unquote reboot or reset Deadpool and his whole storyline or anything like that. It seems like they're going to be going with that same kind of story there. So I'm going to go off on a limb here and say that yes, the X-Men are already technically a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, since we did see them in Deadpool 2. However, that only really includes a few characters. We didn't really see, Wolverine, Xavier, or Magneto in those Deadpool movies, but we did see a whole lot of other different characters that I definitely think we'll see in Deadpool 3, and that there it will lead into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Furthermore, also keeping in mind that Deadpool 3 isn't going to be, a reboot or a reset or anything like that, like I had mentioned, so it is going to be promptly rated R, as the other two Deadpool movies have been, and deal with those kinds of, different types of content there, and wording, and maybe action, just that type of different stuff that we saw in those first two Deadpool movies. So it's definitely going to be a little more nittier and a little more grittier, I definitely feel like, and especially seeing from what I personally have seen from the different X-Men movies, they kind of leave that kind of more darker and nittier, grittier type of themes there. So it's definitely something that they can set up and definitely do, especially if they're going to be connected to the Deadpool side of things here in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And even then, I feel like it's quote-unquote kind of like splitting the Marvel Cinematic Universe in two different parts. Like, it's like you're going to have like the Avengers over here. It's a more, kind of friendly family type of content over here. And then on the other side and spectrum of things, you have more darker themes. That would be Deadpool, X-Men, that type of stuff over there. Furthermore, how we're going to see, Marvel and Disney really go about, kind of combining these two and merging these two types of concepts together is going to be a whole nother thing, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. I think that they're definitely going to have to take their time with it, introducing these, first key characters, because let's face it, X-Men, they're a very big spectrum and broad audience of things here, and to kind of just line them all up and kind of call it a day, I feel like is kind of, for one thing, kind of irresponsible, and it doesn't really connect the audience with these characters. And if you guys already know and have been watching my channel for long enough, you would know that I kind of had the same fears with the Eternals, but I definitely think that the Eternals is kind of getting there, and it's going to do just okay, especially seeing with how big this team of the Eternals is. It's kind of weird and kind of difficult to, I guess, really see if it's going to do well with kind of connecting its audience to these characters. And even then, I feel like it's something that I even kind of fear at that, but seeing how they managed with the Guardians of the Galaxy, they're a pretty decently large team, and they didn't all need solo films for each individual team member like they did with the Avengers. The Avengers, I think, definitely did the best job there, especially seeing that it was kind of like quote-unquote the first phase, and then the kind of part of the second phase here was with the Guardians, kind of already a pre-assembled team at that. I think that the X-Men is kind of going to go with those kind of Guardians of the Galaxy terms there. So with all of that, guys, I want to know all of your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below, guys. What do you guys think about the X-Men coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and how do you think they're going to be coming about into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Do you think it's going to be part of Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness? Do you think it's going to be Deadpool 3? Or do you think it's even going to be Fantastic Four or their own spin-off X-Men kind of show or movie, guys? I'd love to hear what you guys all think. Like the video if you did enjoy it, as it really does help with the channel, and check out our Instagram, Unofficial MCU, for more Marvel-related content, guys. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and remember, with great power comes a great responsibility. Peace out.